Before we get into job drops, I have a tip for you. If you start feeling like you're spinning out and like you're not being effective at work, it's best to take a break, take a walk, take a run, like I'm doing right now, and get that break away from your computer, and you will come back so much more effective and efficient. Don't worry about how much time you're taking away from your desk. I mean, be reasonable about it, but don't fret about the 30 minutes or whatever that you're taking away from your workday, even if you have a huge to-do list like I do today. Know that when you get back, you will be more effective, more efficient, and more able to get that work done because you've given yourself a little mental space. So get out there, take mental breaks, and take care of yourself. If you have back-to-back Zoom meetings or meetings, which we all know happens to all of us, then take one of your meetings on the road. So go for a walk during one of your meetings that you don't need your computer in front of you. Know that this will help you also mentally reset, and you may even be able to focus on that meeting better than if you had your computer in front of you. Also, it's okay to show up on Zoom while you're walking during the meeting. Actually, the more that we talk to our coworkers about the mental breaks that we need or that we're doing during a meeting, the more we model behavior that makes it acceptable for other people to do the same thing. And believe me that we all want to get outside and take a walking break during a day full of Zoom meetings. So be vocal about taking care of yourself at work, about taking breaks when you need to, and advocate for yourself, and this will allow others to do the same. Okay, let's get into our job drops. These are my top 5 job opportunities in the outdoor industry this week. I'm so excited to share them with you, and here we go. Our first job is with Peace Vans. They are a company out of Seattle, Washington that originated as a mechanic for Volkswagen Vanagons. If you've ever been up in the Pacific Northwest, you will see a Volkswagen Vanagon camper van in pretty much every other driveway. So they started as a mechanic for these Vanagons and then turned into a rental company for Volkswagen camper vans. Now they have something called Peace Vans Modern, and this is an official partnership with Mercedes. They are the official partner of the Metris camper. They are looking for a product manager to oversee this line of Metris campers. The pay will be $60 to $90K, and you will be the go-to sort of expert on everything to do with this Mercedes Metris camper van that they are building out there at Peace Vans. So you will be working off that sort of frame and building up a custom version of this Mercedes Metris camper. Peace Vans has a culture of going camping together, doing river float trips together, and really just creating a sense of community amongst its staff. So it sounds like a wonderful place to work, very peaceful. Sounds like a great position. They're looking for somebody who has 3 to 5 years of experience. So definitely, if you have a passion for van life and a knowledge of product in this arena, then apply. Parks California is hiring a communications manager. And if you are familiar with the parks in California, they are widely varied. You have everything from redwoods to lighthouses to Joshua Tree, desert hot springs, islands. I mean, there's so many different types of parks to talk about. So this position struck me because of the variety of places that you'll be able to talk about, visit, create content around, probably work with media and introduce them to these different locations. It's a wonderful, wonderful position and way to show off this great state of California. Also probably a very challenging position given the fire situation in Northern California. This position closes on September 15th of this year, so definitely get your application in. Basically, you'll be responsible for the communication strategy and creating high quality content that builds brand recognition. The next position is with AutoCamp. If you're not familiar with them, you should check out their Instagram because it's so beautiful. But basically, they have properties all around the country in totally gorgeous places like Yosemite, the Russian River, Cape Cod, and they have these Airstream hotels. So basically, properties that have, the iconic silver bullet a bunch of them all spread around the property and renovated into beautiful, luxurious hotel rooms. This is a growing brand, a startup that is growing fast, and they are looking for a director of development to move them into Europe. So someone who's familiar with the EU and the UK. If you have experience with real estate and hospitality development in the EU or the UK, this is a great job for you. They are looking for somebody who has 5 to 10 years of experience. So this is definitely a leadership role, someone who will really be responsible for procuring, land and property to start spreading AutoCamp into Europe. All of the filmmakers in the group will be noting the lack of continuity in my hair and sunglasses between clips. This next job is our dream job in the Basecamp weekly newsletter, which hits inboxes every Wednesday. If you're not subscribed, sign up now because you will get tons of great jobs that Jenna and I have curated, along with our other Basecamp staffers, to come up with and send to you each week. So definitely subscribe. But this was our dream job this week. This is from OnX. They are based in Missoula, Montana, and they are looking for a stewardship manager. This job is actually remote, or you can be based in Missoula or Bozeman, Montana. But basically your job will be to inspire a passion for preservation amongst the off-road community. That sounds pretty awesome, and you'll be able to create content and basically pull all the levers of the business in order to enact these messages and to get the message across, and working around sort of tread lightly and leave no trace principles, and dispersing and disseminating those out into the off-road community that OnX reaches. They're looking for somebody with 5+ years and would definitely prefer a certification in tread lightly or leave no trace. So this is a great job for you if you're really passionate about stewardship and the best practices in the off-road community around stewardship, and spreading the word on those for a really cool sort of tech mapping company. Snowpeak, one of our favorite brands here at Basecamp, is looking for a brand content specialist in Portland, Oregon. Sorry for the noise. Those are wild parrots squawking above my head that live here in Mar Vista, California. So Snowpeak is looking for a brand content specialist, and we highly recommend this brand. If you go to outdoordreamjobs.com, you will find our podcast with their COO and can hear all about the Snowpeak culture. But they really, really nurture and look for creatives who really practice their creativity as a hobby personally, beyond just their in their professional life. So it's a very, very nurturing place for creatives. And they are paying $60K for this position and will relocate you. So they will pay to relocate you to Portland, Oregon. And they're looking for somebody who has 3 years of experience, who will come in. You'll make original content, mostly in the photo and video realm. You'll manage the in-studio content for the brand. And this position closes on the 30th of August. So absolutely send your portfolio over now before it closes. And they also are looking for somebody, or it's a bonus if you have familiarity with Japanese culture. Snowpeak is a Japanese brand first and foremost, and an incredibly creative and beautiful culture, sort of steeped in the old artisan trades of Japan, and they have a passion for maintaining those trades and making sure that they don't, go away with the elders who are really the only ones left who practice them. So it's a very, very cool company steeped in Japanese history and making really high quality, beautiful goods. Thank you for listening, and next week you will see that we are going to be launching a new series on Zoom called Office Hours, and this is where we're going to basically bring you a live version of our podcast, sort of, with a brand. And so we'll be meeting with brands on Zoom. You'll be invited to come and sit in as the live audience. You can ask questions, and we would be so excited to have you and see you there. These will be about 40-minute conversations where we'll talk about company culture and talk about what they're looking for in applicants, as well as what positions they have open and they're hiring for, and get the inside scoop. And you can really put a warm body and a face to a brand, which is really something that you don't get very often when you're looking for a job. So we hope that you'll join us for office hours. We will definitely make sure that the word is spread when we are hosting one. And thanks for watching Job Drops, and we'll talk to you later.